Well, you know Allen tools.
One might say I always think of projects that I need a new tool for. But
One might say that.
Good frosty morning. It is 10 degrees out Fahrenheit. It is cold. I got some warm water to pour into the cow trough to help melt some of that ice and keep it opened up longer, but it's a chilly one, but beautiful. Well, that sun feels nice, but we've had enough of this cold weather, and we're gonna be working in the workshop today. We're gonna start building our doors. I have a custom idea for them. I was just looking and laughing to myself because the ground is like concrete today. It is so hard and frozen. And what was it, 2-3 days ago? I was just digging and burying our conduit underground. So I'm glad we did all that when we could, because right now it wouldn't be easy digging.
It's cold. It was cold milking the cow. We decided we want to have some warmer hands today, and we're going inside.
That's right.
I kid you not, yesterday I was outside and I was drilling in the screws for the tin, and then I'm like, oh, I'm using muscles that I haven't used. It's going to be sore tomorrow. Don't forget that, because tomorrow you're probably going to feel something. So this morning I'm getting ready for the day and I'm like, oh, I feel something feels not right, feels weird. What am I getting something? I just felt like something was feeling very strange. And then it took me a good hour and I'm like, oh yeah, it's from screwing in the tin. I was just telling myself, don't forget, you're gonna feel different things tomorrow. And I did, I forgot. How do you feel this morning?
I feel good. I can feel it in my in between my shoulder blades from carrying the tin like this. It's usually where I can feel it.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I feel good. So normally when we build our barn doors, we build them out of 2 layers of pine. One going like this, and then another layer going like this, 3/4 inch pine. And it can get a little pricey, and then we trim them out. So I got thinking the other day, I said, why don't we build them out of 2x6s? We can pocket hole jig them and screw the 2x6s together, and it'll be a lot more affordable than doing it all out of finished pine, because 3/4 inch pine is kind of expensive. So I picked up some 2x6s, and we are gonna make a slab door out of 2x6s, and then I picked up some 1x4 pine to trim them out, just to give them that little fancy look. We do that always, so that part is the same, but it's a lot cheaper to do them out of 2x6s. And the doors that we normally build are 1.5 inches thick, so it's gonna be no different than doing it this way. So let's get them pocket hole drilled, and then we can start assembling them. So I saw they had a pocket hole jig machine on sale, and I've used one of these before when I worked at a furniture company, and we did a lot of pocket hole jigging. And I have a handheld clamp, and that thing works awesome, but it was slow. So when I saw this, I was like, I gotta get it. So we got it. It was on sale, pretty sweet sale, and I tried it out, and I am in love with this machine. This thing is so fast. The pocket hole thing that we have right now, it's plastic. I got it up at the house. It's a plastic, you put it on, and then you got your vice grips, you clamp it, and then you gotta take your drill and drill. Undo the clamp, slide it over, and do that. You'll see how slick this thing works in a second.
Well, you know Allen tools.
One might say I always think of projects that I need a new tool for. But
One might say that. He always uses them.
they always get used. This thing's gonna get used so much. Not just for these doors, but for a lot of things. All right, I'm going to mark every 10 inches. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then I want to go 10 inches from the end, so then we'll go 86, because I'm going to cut that, so yeah. So those two will be kind of close, but that'll be fine. Then we'll have to decide if we want to like mar up the doors to make them look like they're old and been worn, or if we just want to leave them the way they are.
Oh, you can get fancy?
We could. I might wanna.
Please don't mind our mess. We know it's a mess in here, but the barn is a priority right now. So we have our tools that we have laid out that we need for the barn, the stuff, miscellaneous stuff we've been using. So yes, it's messy. Someday it will be organized, but right now the barn is the main focus. So the animals will appreciate that, I think. I don't know.
So if you don't know what a pocket hole is, I'll show you. The machine's not plugged in. So when you pull this, it gets a drill bit out at an angle, and it's going to drill the back side of our board, and it's going to come out in the center here. So it's a way to do like joinery of wood. So instead of having to do like a pocket hole jig, instead of having to do like a biscuit or clamps and gluing and leaving everything out clamped together to glue and dry forever, you can do a pocket hole. You can meet stuffs in a 45. I don't know. It's really interesting and it works really well. So the thing I like about this is when you pull this down, it also pushes this arm down and locks the 2x6 in place, so you don't have to keep clamping it and holding it. It automatically does all that once you have it set up.
Other reasons that Al likes to use pocket holes is because he likes to screw everything together because he feels like that is the extra it needs. Yes, glue works, but if you glue and put the screws in, then we have double strength. So
Craig makes their own screws. You don't gotta get the Craig brand, but that's what they sell around here. You want one that's a pan head, and you want to have it flat on the bottom because the hole is flat on the inside. If you use like a regular screw that's got a taper, when you screw it in, it'll split it. Where this is flat, it'll pull the two boards together and pinch it. And then you got to have the right length for, depending on how thick your board is. So like a 2.5 inch long screw is for 1.5 inch boards. 3/4 inch boards, I think, are 1.5 inch long screws that you use. The thing works pretty slick. There.
that thing's so easy that you could hold it and I could do that part.
Sure could. I'm impressed with how well it works.
And it's quiet.
You want to give it a try?
I do.
The only thing that would make it better is if we had heat in the workshop.
It's not too bad in here though.
No, it's better than outside, but if it was like
The only thing that
60.
gets really cold on me is my hands, and once my hands are cold. All right, let's try it again. All right, I'll let you have your tool back.
Oh, you will?
Sure.
All right, so that's all the pre-drilling we need to do for one door. That's gonna be the man door to go into the barn. The doors for the animals, the barn doors, they'll be half doors. We'll have to cut them in half. They're gonna be a foot wider. Don't worry, I got plenty of glue.
Wow.
We don't want to run out, that'd be terrible.
So the goal is not to get any of this glue on any of our clothes because it does not come out. I don't want it on my stuff.
Me neither. I think if we do this. So when I worked at a furniture store, we had looked like a paint tray that you would fill with glue, like a roller tray, and then it had a roller on it that was hard plastic. On electric motor, you would turn it on, and it would fill with glue all over the roller, and then you would just take your boards and run your boards over it. And depending on how hard you push down on the roller, made how, like, the thickness of the glue. And that's how we would glue up everything.
Your next tool.
Hopefully we're not doing that much woodworking.
So it's going to get harder to reach across.
Sure is. Like that. Let's do it this way. We'll clamp it up halfway. My clamp's not grabbing. There we go. And then we'll screw it, and then I'll move this clamp down further, and then we'll do the other half. Just so that way we can make sure we get everything nice and flat. Not quite halfway, but close. Let's go here. I'm gonna need your hand for a minute, babe. I like that.
That's working.
Yep, and then we'll go like here. If I had one more.
That looks really good on that side. Yeah. Need to come
I
down.
wish I had one more to go here. I wonder if I slide this one over, if I can kind of.
Right. Or just get over in the middle at first and then you can take it off.
Let's get a measurement of the door now. 33 and a 16th. I think we're gonna be like 35 up there. 33 and a 16th, so let's go outside, measure, see what we have for the door, and then we'll get our last piece screwed in place. So let's see, we are 35 inches, 35 and a half inches. 35 and a half. 35 and a half. So I want to leave almost a half inch. So then we can have a 1/4 inch on each side. And then we'll put a stop because they'll open out. So we'll have a bump stop that they'll hit. So that'll fill in the gap. Be 84 3/4, so if we go 84 and a half for a height, that'll bring it down to the bottom of the trim, and that'll seal and hit the concrete. That. Still pretty chilly out, but the sun is out and it feels good. I'm just coming out to get some measurements for the 48-inch wide doors. Rough openings, 48 inches. I gotta see how wide they are now, get a measurement so then we can cut a strip to put on the doors and get them to full length. We just got another load of galvanized siding from our friends over at 𝑀𝑎𝑖𝑙. This is exciting because if we get any more rain or nasty weather where we can't work outside, now we can start doing some of the interior work in the barn. So that is a good thing because we do have more rain in the forecast. Unfortunately, it's winter. It's supposed to be snowing, but it's not. So I can get this unloaded, get back in the shop, work on the doors, get that finished up, and now we got some more projects to do. We're gonna do a full length bracing right here, then over here. So we did all that, so when we cut this, that's the top, that's the bottom. The door still stays together, so when we go to hang it, it's all one cohesive door still, and not two pieces. Perfect. Hey, look at that, it stayed together. I like it. All right, well, it all stayed together. It's heavy, but I know it's gonna work because the barn doors we have on our Jamaica cottage shop, small barns, are the same way. They're 1.5 inches thick. They're just made up, actually they're 2 inches thick because they're made up of rough sawn pine and 2 layers of it. So this is gonna weigh the same. So I know we'll be good. I'm gonna make 2 more of these and then I'll be back.
Like putting mustard on your hot dog.
Just like it. You put yours fancy like that?
On my hot dog?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna put it on there, you gotta do it fancy.
Sheesh. I'm curious to see when we shishiki bond this, if the pine will be a different color than the spruce.
So you probably should just do each board and then put it together.
Yeah, but well, I'm afraid that if you do that, being burnt, the glue's not gonna stick.
Oh.
So that's why I'm doing it now. Because I want to make sure we have a good adhesion with the glue.
Getting a little carried away with your glue. It's coming off the side.
Oh, man. I like it. I'm gonna slide you down this way and get another door down, and I'll start making the next one.
Got it.
That looks good. I like it a lot. And then after we can do stuff like this.
Oh, that seems terrible.
And we can give it some good character.
I think it looked pretty cool, but it's so hard to see that happen. But I do like the old look.
I'll have to make you mad, and then you can take out your frustration on me.
Right?
You can be like, ow!
I do think you'll enjoy doing this. Well, it seems like it anyway.
All right, I gotta get some glue. So whenever we're doing a project, if you guys are looking for something to invest in, you should invest in a glue company and a screw company, because we use lots of them.
Just filled it up.
That was the other day. All right, last door to frame up with the trim work. Let's get that done. We already got the 3 half doors, Dutch doors, whatever you want to call them, done. And we got this one. This one's gonna be a full solid length door. It's the man door, so we don't need a Dutch door. But I'm liking the Dutch doors. It's looking sharp. I feel like we're in the door manufacturing business. They look nice, but they look too new. Now, we gotta make them look older. That's gonna be the fun part. All right, I got a flapped sanding disc here. It's 36 grit. We're gonna go ahead around and, yeah, you'll see. It'll be nice. The flap disc was very effective. Just watch your fingers. I got my thumb. It hit one of those screws that were poking through and yeah, jumped over and got my thumb. Not a lot of fun, but I like the effects of it. It looks good. I'm gonna have to pick up more propane because that used up the rest of my tank. And then I went around and I burnt it with my little handheld torch. And that got into all the small crevices, which worked really good. I like that right now. That works good. I like that a lot. 1 down, 3 more to go. I'm gonna run out, pick up some propane and some sealer. I'll be right back. All right, I got a fresh bottle of propane. Let's see what we can do. One of the best ways I found to clean up all the little knots and stuff that didn't get hit is to take my little torch. All right, now that it's all burnt, I gotta give it a good scrubbing. All the doors, shishiki bond, I got them all swept down, brushed down, blown down. Now I am putting a sealer on them. This time I'm just using the Olympic Water Guard. It's what our local store had in stock, so that's what we're using. I just want to seal it. I want to kind of like make sure all the coloring gets in the grooves. I'm leaving some of the charcoal on there so it'll fill in the grooves, and then it'll make everything waterproof, and I'm hoping it'll lock in the dirtiness when you're touching it with your hands. You're not always getting black soot on them. I want it in there heavy because this wood is going to be very porous right now. And I want to get all of the little bits of charcoal mixed in. And just to give it a nice look, if that makes sense.